So with 10 matches left to go in the La Liga season, as well as the Copa del Rey final to address, I figured I'd split those matches down the middle. We'll do the first half today, and then the second half in the next episode. Of course, Copa del Rey final is the main priority in that second episode, because the reasoning behind that is we're still technically within a title hunt. Yes, we need to hope Barcelona slips up at some point in time, which is very unlikely, but I don't want to go through all of these matches just to hit the Copa del Rey final and show you that Barcelona won, or we somehow came back and jumped them. No. I want to show the progression, so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Also, I know there were a couple of rumblings about showing youth players. I will do that at the end of the season. I got a 5-year season roundup that I'm going to show all the progression and all the winners of all the major competitions throughout the world, and we'll do a wrap-up of that. So don't worry about that. We'll show the youth at that time. What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here, and welcome back to the Basque Boys. As always, if you are still enjoying the series, please do go and drop a like. Now, today, we got ourselves matches versus Atletico Madrid and Real Oviedo. Obviously, the Atleti match is going to be a little bit tougher, but before we get to that, we played 4 matches in La Liga. Let's see how we fared in that and see if we've kept pace with Barcelona. And since our last episode, we've gotten the full complement of points out of our matches, 12 out of 12, admittedly against teams that were sitting hovering above the relegation zone, and a Betis side that has been dropping form from 5th to 8th place, so took advantage of them there. But in the very next match, after Juventus, we took on Getafe and demolished them away from home by the score of 5-0. Ender Herrera getting himself his first hat-trick for the club. Hervias and Javi Martinez also netting goals for us. A couple more shutouts after that against Numancia and Celta, those teams that were sitting hovering above the relegation zone like I was talking to you about. 3-0 versus Numancia with Villalibre and Chausti scoring goals. And then against Celta, Iker Muniain getting himself a goal there. And then against Betis, it wasn't a shutout, but it was a win nonetheless. 3-0, or 3-1, away from home. Villalibre, Muniain, and an own goal helping out the cause. Now, to be honest with you, I'm happy we came across this run of real struggling teams so we can get our form and fitness back, as well as morale, because that really hasn't been very high as of late. Taking a look at the La Liga table, we are now just 3 points back at Barcelona, but we also have a match in hand on them. In the same amount of time, Barcelona got themselves 2 wins and 2 draws, opening the door for us to get back into the title race, meaning we need to get a win versus Atletico Madrid today to, I believe, get ourselves into first place. I believe on head-to-head results, we own the tiebreaker. So if we're tied on points, we're going to be jumping over Barcelona. So that makes this all the more important that we come away with a win here, at least versus Atletico Madrid. So with that being said, let's get into today's match versus Atletico Madrid. We're going with the 4-3-3-V formation. Couple of injuries, of course. You know about Nacho Monreal, but Chris Atangana has also picked up a back strain. He's probably going to be out for the rest of the season. It was a little bit of a major one, 5 to 6 weeks. But anyway, in the lineup today, we're going to have Ruffier in net, Leque, Ramalho, Martinez, and Yuri along the back line. Mikel San Jose is the defensive mid, Herrera, Marino, the 2 center mids, and then the front 3, pretty much always the same. Muniain, Hervias, Villalibre sitting up front. The reason why I'm not starting Laporte, he's on an 88 fitness, and I need to have full fitness guys. Hey, it's good for him to come off the bench, though, just in case we need to hold down the fort for the remainder of the match. So, yeah, we'll be using him as a super sub. But anyway, let's go kick off and see what happens. And like I said, with Barcelona giving us that little opening, a win today will put us back on top of the La Liga table. Also, as my assistant manager just pointed out, a win in this match will officially see us into another Champions League for next season, so even more incentive. And while I'm not expecting a 6-1 demolition job like earlier in this season, if you do remember that, I would like to get ourselves through with a nice victory, and what a strike from Jota. 25 minutes on now, and Athletic have done all they can to put the ball into our part of the pitch, but it's a nice ball through. Leque running free. Why is Leque? Villalibre passed that through to Leque. Why is it not the other way around? That was absolutely insane. Atletico Madrid, Atletico coming through, Diogo Jota, it's a good save from Ruffier. Oh my lord, Atletico have done all they can to try and get a goal in this match, and right now we're just weathering the storm. Can you tell that they really want to get a goal and exact some retribution from earlier on in this season? I mean, with players like Jota, with Lukaku, Tielemans and all that, how did we beat them 6-1 the first time? As Lukaku, with his 38th goal of the season, showing that Atletico still looks to be the better side. And while we have been at least getting some sort of attack into Atletico's area, they really have been the more dominant side on the day. Looking at the match stats, 8 shots, 6 of them on target, and they finally break through for the opening goal. 2 minutes before halftime, Diogo Jota. What just happened? Diogo Jota with a strike from just outside the box. It bounces off the crossbar, then off of Ruffier and into the back of the net. What, did it concuss Ruffier? How did he not, 1, save that, 2, turn around and then pick it up? Because he dove on the ground and the ball just trickles over the line. I don't think we can come away with a win today. Sake. Romalho's going to be coming off for Laporte. I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it. Villa Libre looking nervous. That's not somebody I want to see playing nervous. That's definitely not someone I want to see playing nervous out there. But things need to change, and things need to change fast. I'm pretty sure I'll be summing off, I don't know, somebody, probably switching up the formation. Go with the 4-2-3-1, meaning San Jose is going to be coming off, and Inchausti is going to be coming on for him. So, yeah, complete formation change, 2 subs to make that change, and we need to get our heads out of our ass if we want to come away with anything out of this. It just sucks that Barcelona have gifted us with a window of opportunity, and we're not grasping it. We're just letting Atletico Madrid just walk all over us. Both of my wingbacks have been terrible. Like I said, it's really unfortunate that Monreal had got himself injured for the next 4 months. I really would have loved his presence. And having to deal with Yuri is not all that good. He's a little faster than Monreal, but defensively just not that adept. Free kick, top of the box, Molina into the upper 90. And that should be game over right there. 71 minutes on. You know, I guess that Atletico Madrid really took that 6-1 ass whooping to heart, because it's looking like they're going to come out and score 5 past us themselves. Castillejo still coming through to Diogo. Takes a shot. Good save from Ruffier. One of the few highlights of Ruffier today, really. And with time ticking away, we did absolutely nothing to help our cause in the La Liga title race. Like I said, Atletico were going to be a very tough task going forward, that we needed to win versus them to get ahead of Barcelona. That's going to be a tough task for anybody. Fortunately, I feel like this is going to be the only loss that we're going to have down the stretch. I may be wrong, but this is the only game on the schedule going forward that I think that a loss was almost guaranteed. And just taking a look at the table, Malaga are 8 points back, but they do have a match in hand that could bump that up to 5. But just taking a look at 5 matches left to go in the season, second place at the very least. I mean, we were first or second for a good half, maybe 2/3 of the season. So if we fall out of that, that's an absolute monumental collapse, considering that we have had a great team. And it just sucks that a couple of our key cogs are out with injury. I say that, and then I take a look at both Barcelona and Real Madrid. Both of them had major injuries to major players. Barcelona was able to overcome that with Messi being substituted for Willian. Real Madrid didn't, with Gareth Bale's broken leg. I don't know what they replaced him with, but obviously it didn't really do well on their end. But yeah, let's just put this match aside and get into the Real Oviedo match. Alright, so after a little finagling on the roster, we got ourselves something that I feel like we should be able to take on Oviedo with ease. So, we're going to be using the 4-3-3 flat midfield with only a couple of changes to the roster. San Jose is taking over for Laporte's position because he's suspended, and Linton Jr. is coming on as the third midfielder. Everybody else remains the same from last time out, and also on the bench, needed to bring up some of my under-19s because some people weren't fully fit. So you're going to see Jorge Otero on the bench, Aran Buru, and I was going to say Carlos Miranda, but I realized I took him out. So this is what we're going to go with, and hopefully we come away with a win. So let's go kick off and see what happens. And I mean, I feel we should come away with a win here because Oviedo, currently sitting in 19th place. Also doesn't help that the loss to Atletico Madrid killed a lot of the momentum we had after those 4 wins in a row. So gotta look to try and regain that momentum here. And what better way to do that than 24 seconds in, we get ourselves a goal. Villa Libre, 34th of the season. It's 1-0 to the club. Some lovely passing movement from the off, getting it out to Hervias, who then crosses it in to Villa Libre. Admittedly, he was guarded and didn't have a lot of space to work with, but he was able to find a hole and able to slot the ball through it. Borja coming forward now for Oviedo, cleared out by Linton Jr. Gotta really watch out for those wingers. They're just as deadly as ours, and we don't want them retaliating and making a match out of this. Gotta concentrate, guys. That's all we need to do. Half an hour in, nice little throw in, switch of the pitch out to Lekwe, the main crossing master. But crossing master doesn't get it into the box right now. Maybe a little bit later, maybe right now. Lekwe with it again, gets it inside, doesn't really find anybody. Falls to Villalibre, can't turn and shoot. We had the opportunity, the chance was there. And I was about to say Oviedo could hit us on a break, but it's a good interception, then a horrible pass. This has just been a back and forth affair of epically dumb proportions. And not really much to talk about in that first half outside of, hey, we got ourselves a goal within the first 30 seconds. Other than that, holding on to the ball for a good portion of the match, taking a lot of shots, but unfortunately the ratio is not in our favor. Yes, we're taking shots, but they're not on target. So that's something that the boys need to do. So I'm going to tell them I'm not happy with their performance. You're only 1-0 up over a 19th place team. I want to see 2, 3, 4 goals before the match is over. So let's go kick off with the second 45 and come away with a win. Yeah, I want to say a win, but an even bigger win than what we have right now. Time has just been flying by this second half. No highlights, no nothing. So with 11 minutes to go, I'm going to finally make my first subs on the day. We're going to take Ander Herrera out. Benyat's going to be coming in, swapping him with Linton Jr. That's the only sub I'm going to be making right now. Defensively, we're looking pretty solid. Don't want to change up anything there because, like I said, we're looking pretty strong. Might as well keep going with that back line. 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock, and yes, there really has not been anything in that entire second half. So as long as the referee blows his full-time whistle in just about a couple of seconds, I will call this a nice, decent victory. It's not the best victory out there, but it's a victory nonetheless. It's going to be 1-0 to Athletic Club. We get all 3 points on the day, and we stay within 3 points of Barcelona. So going forward, it looks like it is going to be us versus Barcelona in the league standings for these final 4 matches, and you can be sure that we are going to be playing the last match of the season, obviously with a Copa del Rey final to be taking place as well in the next episode. And with matches versus Depor, Eibar, and Villarreal in the run-up to that, it's not the best, but they are winnable. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please go and leave a like on the video, share and subscribe, and all that jazz. If you want to leave a comment below on what you thought about this episode or the season as a whole, please go and do that because I appreciate every comment that you put down. Anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out. Coming down to it in the league, as well as a Copa del Rey final to boot. I don't know if Athletic have really had this much pressure on them in the season.